Okay, so with long-range archery becoming more and more popular these days, you know, with the Total Archery Challenge and other 3D events out there, and hey, folks just wanting to extend their range. It's a lot more fun to shoot something at 100 yards than it is to shoot something at 20, let's be honest here. What people are finding is they may not be able to shoot as far as they want to because they're running into issues of clearance with their sight housing. They bring in their sight down and then it's hitting the arrow, you know, at say 90 yards and they want to shoot 110. How do you get more distance out of your setup? So the first and simplest option is to check your arrows. So I have 4 arrows right here, all Eastons. I got a full metal jacket. I have an Easton Axis 5mm. I have an Axis 4mm long range and an Easton Sonic. So these are all 300 spines, but they weigh very differently. The full metal jacket is 12 grains per inch. The 5mm is going to be 10.7 grains per inch. My 4mm is 9.4 and the Sonic is 8.8. So simply, you know, changing from the full metal jacket to the Sonic, I've cut about a little over 3 grains per inch over the length of that arrow. So that's one way to gain more distance, is you're basically gaining arrow speed, which means you have a flatter trajectory. So next thing that you may want to try is most sights are going to have multiple options here for mounting your sight. And you can see here, I have the sight mounted as far away as it can go. The more you bring it in, the more distance you're going to get from that sight. So if I took it from this position up to this one, I'm going to definitely gain some yardage. You've got sights that are mounted on dovetails, just bring that dovetail in. Again, the closer you get your scope to the riser, the more distance you're going to get from that scope housing. And then lastly, we have peep height. So to gain distance, what you'd want to do is to move your peep up. And what's going to happen is, as I move my peep up, I have to move my scope up. But what you don't want to do is drastically change your anchor point. So I cut off the top tie here just to show you how much of a move you can make without affecting your anchor. So right now my peep is situated to where I can clearly see everything in my sight at anchor. So I can still see my full sight. Now, from this position, I'm going to move it. I'll move it up, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. Check it again, come to my same anchor. I can still see all of my pins. Now, of course, I would have moved my scope housing up, so that would have gained me some distance. Let's move it up a little bit more. What I don't want to change is my anchor. So I come in, my knuckle is my guiding point. I can still see everything. I can still see through my peep and see this. When you're going to notice that there's a problem when you've moved it too high is you go up, you come to anchor, and you're seeing the bottom of the peep. That's when you know you've moved it too much. You don't want to, unless you want to change your anchor, you want to bring that peep back down again that you've passed the maximum point. So those are 3 ways, 3 things that you can do. You know, if you did all 3 of those together, you're probably going to gain some serious distance.